All right, Mike LaValle, our Tennessee go-to guy from Last Word on College Football. Join him for a season preview on the Vols. Check out our Tennessee segments at MarkRogersTV, either audio at Podbean or iTunes, or YouTube, of course, at MarkRogersTV. All right, on the recruiting front, it's interesting because Mike and I discussed some Butch Jones discussion on the internet in recent days from some national perspective. One in particular, Peter Burns, talking to me about his thoughts about Butch Jones and making some comments. So check out my conversation with Peter Burns from the SEC Network a few days ago. But Butch Jones certainly getting the job done on the recruiting trail during his stay at Tennessee. His latest commit coming into 2018, Trey Dean, a top 22 safety out of 247 Sports. Mike, definitely that's a good get. There's been some other ones, including Matthew Flint, the first linebacker commit of the next class.
Yeah, we talked about kind of the program was a little bit disappointed coming off the 2016 season where a lot of people thought Tennessee should win the SEC East, maybe go 10-2, 9-3 regular season at worst. Tennessee ends up going 8-4 last season, and the fan base is very disappointed. Most fans think that the performance on the field in the previous season kind of affects recruiting. Sometimes it does. In this case, it has not. Butch Jones has come back very strong in the 2018 recruiting cycle. 247, the industry composite rankings have him 6th overall, number 1 in the SEC, top 2018 class right now in the SEC. Again, it's early for the 2018 recruiting class. We still have this football season to go. We still have December and January before we get to National Signing Day. So, of course, we all acknowledge that it's still early. But still, Tennessee's looking very solid with the 2018 recruiting class. Cade Mays, number 15 recruit overall, offensive tackle right there out of Knoxville, looks very impressive. Like you said, Trey Dean out of Georgia, the latest commitment, important for Butch Jones. And we've talked about this multiple times, you and I have, Mark, about the growing importance of the Nashville, Middle Tennessee high school football market. I'm telling you, it's one of the top 10 recruiting grounds in the nation. Certainly it's not Atlanta. Certainly it's not the Dallas area, and certainly it's not Southern California, but it's in the top 10 of recruiting markets. Butch Jones has 4 of the top 5 out of Tennessee and 6 of the top 10 recruits in the state of Tennessee. So he's doing a very good job of protecting the state. As far as recruiting goes, one of those guys is still uncommitted. That he's a 50-50 toss-up between Tennessee and Alabama, the number 10 kid out of Tennessee. So Jones has a chance to be 7 out of 10 of the top 10 in the state of Tennessee recruiting. That would be huge. Still very strong in Georgia. Trey Dean that we just talked about is a Georgia guy. So it'll be interesting to see if Tennessee if they can exceed expectations a little bit, 9-3, maybe even a 10-2 season if they get lucky and stay healthy. That 2018 recruiting class could get even stronger. So we'll see about that. But it's important to note that Jones, he takes a lot of flack for using a lot of marketing strategies when he talks to the media. Some stuff out there. I know Peter talked to you about wishing that maybe Butch was a little bit more like he is in person when he talks to the media and when he's on camera. The reason he does the stuff that he does is he's talking to recruits and he's talking to their families. That's how he continues to recruit, maybe above the record, as we would say, out kicking his record a little bit on the recruiting trails, because he uses those opportunities to sell the program to the national media, sell the program to the national fan base, and to sell the media, or to sell the program, most importantly, to future recruits and their families. That's what a lot of those recruits want to hear, and that's one of the reasons why he's able to get a top 5 recruiting class assembled before the season, coming off of a fairly disappointing 8-4 regular season. That's one of the reasons why he does that.
And again, the recent notables are Trey Dean, safety out of Georgia, number 22 at his position, according to 247 Sports. He's a pretty hard commit. Matthew Flint, linebacker, pretty solid prospect, top 50 out of Madison County, Alabama. He had offers from Auburn, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Louisville, and Memphis. And defensive back Jaycee Horn could be a good get out of Georgia as well. He's a top 21 wide receiver. South Carolina seems to be the lean, but Tennessee certainly in the running.